Hello guys, and welcome to another BuildCraft tutorial. In this video I will only talk about transport pipes, and it's only the item transport pipes. There are also liquid or fluid pipes and these Kinesis pipes. So they are for fluids and for power, but in this video only these normal transport pipes. And there are quite a few to talk about, so I will just do a quick round of all of them, and then I'll jump into another world where I will demonstrate each and every one, how they work and how you can use them. Let's begin with the wooden one. So the wooden transport pipe is an extraction pipe. There are three types of extraction pipes. You use this to extract items from an inventory, like a chest for example. And you need like a redstone engine or a gate to do it, but we'll get to that in the example in just a little while. There are also two other extraction pipes, emerald and emsuli. The emerald is a round-robin extraction pipe. You can set a white list and a black list, and also have them to do a round robin to take turns basically. But we'll take a look at that in a while. Then the emsuli transport pipe. This is a more advanced gate controlled extraction pipe where you need to have a gate, and you can also paint items while exporting them. And paint is good for routing. Then we have cobblestone and quartz pipe, and all these work in the exact same way except for that they won't connect to each other. And you can see this in the tooltip. So it's quite useful at times when you want them to connect to different, very close to each other but not to each other. And the other difference is that if you want any speed in your transport pipe system, then the cobblestone one is the slowest one. It will slow down the items more than the stone and the quartz. This quartz is the fastest one. Then we have the clay one. It's also called insertion pipe. This will force the item to enter the inventory that it reaches. Normally it's a rough 50-50 split between in a junction. But with a clay one, you can force them to enter the inventory. Sandstone pipe will not connect to inventories or machines, so only other pipes, and that's very useful in tight areas. Iron, this is a routing where you can direct and join different pipes going together and have one output, then this one is what you need. But we'll take a look on that in just a while. Golden speeds up items, has to do with these three and their speeds. Void pipe will do exactly what it says. Everything going into the pipe will be destroyed. And we have the suck up item pipe, the obsidian pipe. If you throw things on it, they will be sucked up and put into the transport pipe system. Diamond will sort items. So you can sort items in different directions and there are lots of colors to help you with that. Lazuli transport pipe, it's a painter, so you can select, and it works together with a diazuli transport pipe to paint items coming from one direction and then use the diazuli to direct them at a later stage. It's the same paint as we got from the emsuli pipe as well. And the final one is the stripes pipe. It's a very special type of pipe, and I will need a few examples to really demonstrate it, but you can make them do things like pick up water or do some chores for you. But we'll take a look at that in the other world, where we're going right now. So let's get started. I have a lot to go through, so let's get started with the first extraction pipe, the wooden one. Simply apply a redstone engine pulse to it. Note that this is a pulse, and it will start to extract items. Every pulse will extract one item, and note that this blocked part is where you suck out and then you connect to a pipe or another inventory over there. Now, it's quite clumsy to use the redstone engine, so I will use the basic gate with the autarkic pulsar installed. This is not a part of this tutorial, but I will use it because it's much smaller and will save space and won't be annoying to look at. So it works in the same way. It will extract items. Redstone signal on will send energy pulse, and that will extract items for us. So I will use that method throughout this tutorial, but it works in almost the same way as the redstone engine, just more compact. Now let's start to look at 3 different pipes that I mentioned: cobblestone, stone, and quartz pipes. They won't connect to each other. Let's extract. They won't connect to each other, only to itself and other pipes. The other thing to mention is that the cobblestone is the slowest one. Well, you can say that it has high drag, so it will slow items down. But in this, the slowest pace, the slowest speed, it won't make any difference at all. But when you start to use a golden pipe, these golden pipes will speed things up, and you can use lots of them. Just put them after each other and they will be sent to they will come to quite high speeds. Then you start to see that the cobblestone is the slowest one, or it slows items down much quicker than the stone and the quartz pipe. But if you use only golden pipes, of course it will be much faster. But that's the difference between those 3, and we'll cover the gold one as well. Now we're going to take a look at the random distribution. When we do like this, we connect one transport pipe to different inventories or different piping ways, and we just, sorry, it was off, and we just connect it like this. Then it's a rough 50-50 split where the items will go, and sometimes that doesn't matter, but I think most of the times you do want to keep track on where you have your items. So perhaps we should take a look at better ways to do that. First, we have the insertion pipe. In this setup, I have 2 chests full with cobblestone and only 6 planks of space in these 2. And when I now place items in here and they are pulled out, the clay transport pipe, the insertion pipe, will push items into this inventory if they can fit. So we are filling up this chest with wooden planks, and now, since we can't push any items in there, the rest will just move on and continue down the line. See, it's not trying to insert items anymore. And it's doing the same thing here, filling up this chest, and then the items will keep on moving down the path and eventually find its way to to a new inventory where they can fit. Quite good to sort items like this, or to keep furnaces full of coal, or I mean, you can probably think of many ways to use this, but it pushes items if they can fit in there. But there are other ways to keep in track on where you are sending your items as well. The iron transport pipe, it has to be set, as you can see here, we have 2 blocked ways and 1 open way. So these cobblestones will travel to the open path. Same thing with the planks, they will come from a blocked path and sent down to the open path. This makes it possible for us to make sure that all the items go only one path and will never be sent the wrong way. If we had another cobblestone transport pipe here, they would split up between right and left, and we wouldn't have as good order as we'll get now. But sometimes you don't want them to connect. This is a time where we will use the sandstone pipe. It won't connect to machines, inventories, or anything like that, only to other pipes. So now if we send things down this way, of course, as you can expect, they will just pass through. Perhaps I need a few of those. So nothing else than preventing connection. We can do the same thing with pipe plugs. Now this wasn't planned to be a part of this tutorial, but I'm just going to mention it, that it works in, this works regardless of pipes or inventories. If I place a chest up here, it will be the same thing, like that. It won't connect, and yeah, you can see the gate works in the same way, but it's more advanced to craft, so I won't mention it anymore, and let's move on to some other pipes. Obsidian to start with. This is a pickup pipe. It will pick up items that you drop on it, like this. Perhaps you have items coming from a farm, sugarcane farm, perhaps, I don't know. Then pick the items up and send them down into your piping network. Sometimes, perhaps the only thing you want to do is to void them, place your void transport pipe, and everything sent in there will be deleted. The transport pipes, I should mention that you can power them to make them reach to a larger area. It didn't work for me, but it's supposed to work like that anyway. Now we can move on with some more advanced sorting and filtering. In here I have a diamond pipe, and it's a sorting pipe, and I have filtered all these colors with different specific items. And we can see all these colors going in different directions. We have white or gray going to the top with coal and charcoal, and yellow is wooden planks. And in here I have all of those items. So if I send them here, you can see sandstone pipe preventing from that chest, and once they reach this hub, I guess you can call it, they will be sent depending on how we have filtered the pipe. If you send items in here that are not on the list, they will go out. Hopefully you will have an unfiltered default path, and if you have several, they will be split randomly amongst them. But most of the time I guess you will have a few filtered directions and one default for everything else. And here we can see they all travel in their direction, and they are heading down to these chests. So we know that in this chest we only have diamond redstone, in this chest coal charcoal, and so on and so on. Very convenient. I guess you will have plenty of these, but perhaps not always this many filtered outputs in each junction. But there are all other ways to sort and filter items as well, and now we are getting into the slightly more advanced part of BuildCraft pipes. We will start with the filtered pipe. This is an extraction pipe where we can set filters on what to extract or what not to extract. So at the moment we will set it to blacklist. So all these items put in the filter will not be output. And as you can see, the only thing that is being output is the gravel. And of course, if we change this to a whitelist, then only these items are allowed to be extracted. And we can see that here now. No more gravel being output, only dirt, and then it will move on with stone and planks, since those are on the whitelist. We can also set it into a third mode, a round-robin mode. So now it will take turns on the whitelist. Stone, dirt, plank, stone, dirt, plank. Here you can see stone, plank, dirt. They are taking turns because we have it in the round robin. Now we can also have the third extraction pipe. This is the Msuli variant. Now I'm using another gate, and this is also slightly more advanced with with pipe wiring. Not a part of this tutorial actually, but I needed to demonstrate. The extraction pipe, the Msuli extraction pipe, has 4 predefined colors. These colors will react to how we set the gate. So we can start with the lower one. This gate is set to when we have a redstone signal, we will send a red pipe signal. This gate is set to when we have items in the inventory, we will pulse. So this is ready to send items out as soon as we are fulfilling one of these requirements, so to say. So red pipe signal, then we will extract the red preset. And the red preset is stone. So when I switch this lever, we will have stone being output. We have the same thing moving on with blue and green. So I can use blue and green perhaps. And these gates are set in the same way as this one, but with other colors. And then we can see that the other items are also being extracted, dirt and planks. Now, as you can see, some of them has a small colored box around them. This is because we can paint the items if we want to. So here you can see that the dirt is not being colored. The stone is being colored red, and you can change this to whichever of the 16 colors you want to. It doesn't have to be a match. We can have it brown, for example. And we can extract the stone. Then you can see we have a brown color. In this example, it doesn't matter at all because they're all going to the same chest where they just are piled up. And before we get to what you use the color to, then let's take a look at 2 other variants of coloring. Here we have the lazuli transport pipe. Here we will use the wrench to right-click it and set different colors. So everything that passes through this pipe will be colored to the color I set. This is different from what I have had over here when I could set it when it's extracted already. Now I'm setting it at a later stage. So if we're extracting everything from here, then everything from this line will be colored. Here it's just the specific item that I specified in the gate or in the pipe. There's also one last way that I will go through to paint items. It's the lens. Neither was this item meant to be a part of this in this tutorial, but I just want to mention that this black lens works in the same way as the pipe. It will color any item traveling through it, but I can't right-click it to change the color. Here you can see that black items coming from top are sent down this path together with the planks. Now, finally, we will take a look at how you use these colors. Again, I have a setup where we have a painting pipe up here. We have everything coming up from here is blue. And I will use the diazuli pipe here. You use the wrench, right-clicking it will rotate it in the similar way as the iron transport pipe. And you can see we have a blocked one and a blocked one. It doesn't mean that items won't go through, but it means that the color specified in the pipe will be sent to the open line. If I shift right click, I can change the color. So let's change it back to blue and start the system. Down here we have an Namsuli pipe painting planks black. So you will see that blue will be sent to the chest and the black will be sent further down the line. Down here I have a filter lens, or a filter. It matches the lens over there, but it's a filter. And now we can change the color here to green perhaps. Even though I have cobblestone transport pipe here and here, which in normal cases would split randomly when items arrive, now it won't do it because the filter will pull the black items toward that direction, while the red ones, or any other color, or non-colored, will just move along. So it will suck items into a direction, and it doesn't have to be an inventory, it can just be another path. So it's a very convenient way to match it, use the colors, and distribute items depending on where they came from. Note that this is only color sorting, not item sorting. The last pipe I will take a look at is the stripes transport pipe. This is a very special type of pipe, and I will just demonstrate a very few simple examples, and then you will have to figure out the rest for yourself and do some trial and error. In this chest I have 2 cobblestone transport pipes. Note what happens when I send them down this path. As soon as it reaches the stripes pipe, it will be expanded 1 pipe block. So this can be used to expand your network in a certain direction, perhaps to another base or so. We can also send items through it. In here I have arrows. And I guess you can guess what happens when they reach the stripes pipe. Of course they are getting shot. Convenient way to perhaps make a trap or something. It can only shoot, not too fast, so that's why items are bouncing and they will find its way back or into the other one. Neat and cool, just stay out of the way. Then we'll have an example with buckets. This time it will basically right click on the in the water just in front of it, picking up the water and transporting them back to the chest. So we had 4 and one did bounce for the same reason as the arrows. Let's try to send them back one more time. They will drop off the water and only 1 will be refilled. Convenient if you want to get some water into your base and you just have to pull a lever, and after a while you will get a bucket of water in your chest. Convenient. Now this last example, I have a diamond hoe in here. You can have other hoes as well. I think you can guess what happens when the hoe reaches the stripes pipe. We create farmland. And now let's see if we can plant something. wheat, for example. This time, when we apply a pulse to the pipe, it will pull the wheat and the seeds up. So now we should get both of them in here. Like that. So those are all the pipes I wanted to go through in this tutorial. And I just want to mention that we have facades that you put on the pipes to decorate or hide them. It's not a part of this tutorial. I just want to mention that they exist and they are neat and everything. And they are all within the same block space, as you can see here. Okay, that's everything I wanted to go through. I hope this makes everything clear about transport pipes in BuildCraft. There are also liquid pipes and Kinesis pipes for power. They will be handled in separate tutorials. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!